Alright, take your motor sticks now, and we are going to cut one out. Pop it out.
I'm going to clean that piece of flashing off the front.
Off this?
Yeah.
So you're just going to clean it up if you need to.
What's important is remember that these have a front and a back. So there's a slight notch right here. Let's hold this up. So you've got this slight notch right here. This is the front. If you look at the back, it's got this steeper notch, and that's where your tail boom is going to glue in.
So that's how it's supposed to go.
And that's not marked for the wing posts and whatnot. We'll do that later.
Yes. So then take your little baggie and get your rear hook out.
You'll want to show them what that looks like.
I don't know if you can see that.
Hold on, I'll put something behind it. Yeah, now you can kind of see what it was.
You're going to want to...
hold that up close to the camera.
Oh, there we go. You want
to... you're not in camera frame.
Oh,
there you go.
Sorry about that. You just kind of stick it in there. The main... somewhere in the part back here.
Rotate your hand like that.
Oh,
there you go.
Sorry.
Now it shows.
The main thing that you want to know, that you want to do, is make sure that the hook is...
Hold your hands down lower.
There
you go.
Is flush down here at the bottom of your motor stick. Then you're going to take your CA.
The best thing to do is to dip in thin CA so you can get away with less of it. I don't have any on hand, so this airplane will come in a little on the heavy side. Wipe off that excess though, because that does add lots and lots of weight. Some people will want to bind. That's good, honey. I wouldn't put any more on there. Some people will want to bind this in place. I don't think that that you're going to have an issue there. That results in a fairly secure setup. If you are going to bind it, wait until after you've attached the tail boom. So we're going to stop for a second, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to give a quick explanation here. On A-6, you are limited from the front face of this rear hook back here to the front face of the nose bearing. Actually, sorry, it's the rear face of the front of that hook. So if you were to run a set of calipers in there, the front of the calipers at 6 inches has to extend beyond wherever your the front face of your bearing is. So Hope is going to show you how to achieve that goal.
Alright, take your bearing out. What you're going to do is you're going to want to lay this right here.
Lay it off the edge of the, there you go, like that. All the way up against it. There you go.
I have a tense ruler right here in front of me, so I can measure and put the very end there, and then you want to take your bearing.
Slide the motor stick all the way up against it, and I'm going to put a weight on there so that motor stick doesn't move around.
And then you basically want to make sure that it's up.
I would push it back just a little bit, because who knows, you may set a record with it, you know. Alright.
Right about there?
Yeah, that's good. Put some glue in there and then deal with it. And so what Hope is doing, hold your hands down so they can see. No, out.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
So basically I'm just taking a scrap piece of balsa and just putting a dab of glue on there. If my glue bottles work with me.
It's coming. There you go.
There you go. Put a dab of glue on there. And then you just kind of want to rub it in there. And
it looks good to me. Alright, and at this point we're going to let that dry and then we'll come back and we'll bind it in place, because some people will fasten the bearing, will just use that as enough on the bearing. That's not enough for me. Okay.
alright, I'm going to take some kicker now and just kind of drop it along there to harden up the CA.
Now you're ready to, the binding is in the baggie.
Take your fishing line out, or your binding thread.
It is fishing line, that is correct.
But it actually is fishing line, so.
It's called spider wire. This is really light spider wire. It only takes like 2 or 3 complete wraps around there. And you can, if you're trying to be weight conscious, you can use ambroid or Signet or whatever to secure it.
Okay, so you want to kind of just hold it there of the bearing.
This is where you glue yourself to the airplane, so.
Yeah. We'll see how well I can do with that. Stick a drop of CA there. And
You're off screen, but
sorry, I'm trying to fight with this. Is that about good?
yeah, it looks good. Just make sure it's pulled tight.
Okay.
That's good by me.
And take your...
Glue it first.
Oh, sorry. You put a dab of glue on there again.
I would rub that glue all over all of it. Hold it down a little so people can see you doing that.
Sorry. And then just kind of rub it all around. Secure it really good.
And then you can cut off the excess.
And then just try not to cut your finger in the process.
Okay, and we'll be back in a minute.
Yes. Alright. Lay your motor stick down on a straight surface there. You're going to want to weigh it down. Come up here and cut out a tail boom.
And I see a minor issue that looks a little bit like something I would do, which is this is getting tilted, so I'm going to stick a piece of 1/32 under the motor stick here. And now, are you going to lay flat? Oh, lay flat. There, now it's laying flat.
Okay. Yeah, make sure it's laying flat before you...
Otherwise it'll be tilted and all that fun stuff kicks in. So what Hope is doing is on the fat front of the tail boom, yeah, that's a little more glue than is necessary.
Put just a small amount, not like me that is putting a... So then you stick it...
Anywhere on that front, on that rear face, and then shim the back of it up.
You're going to take a 1/16 shim and just shim it in there, and that will give you your left turn.
Yeah, that gives you some of your, that gives you left rudder, which helps
Left
as well.
rudder.
And so what we've got is that the top of the tail boom is roughly parallel to the ruler here, which that gets you set up well for having proper incident settings. And at this point, probably the only remaining thing I'd say is take a pen and mark an inch back from the front of the bearing, and that'll be your where your wing post goes. I'll give you where your front wing post goes. You just lightly.
The 10?
Yeah, it's the 10.
So, right there.
Yep. And that's not, I mean, you could put it further forward than that, but that's where I recommend for starting out. And since you've got enough materials to make 3 of these, you can experiment around. So, I think we're done with the fuselage. The wing posts come last after you've covered the wing and stabs. So we'll move on.
We'll set this aside and move on to the propeller.
Okay.